Hey guys, today we're playing Call of Duty World at War for the PlayStation 3. If you notice, it's not Black Ops 2 like everybody else is playing, and that's just because I know everybody else is playing it and it's still new. Also, since this is an older game, I want to look back and play this one to see if I like it more or less. I tend to like the World War II Call of Duties better. That's just me. I just like the weapons and technology, the older technology, and nothing too futuristic about the weapons, so I'll probably still like this one. One thing about Treyarch is they, for a while anyway, they were, even though they had Modern Warfare, they were keeping with like older settings. Excuse me, the first Black Ops was like in Vietnam, so around the 60s. Then Black Ops 2, part of it's in the 80s, another part's like about like 20 years or something from now, and it's kind of futuristic, and it has these weird levels, which kind of worries me because I miss the older weapons. That's what I liked about Black Ops. I mean, it's still better than the, in my opinion, some people might get angry, than the Modern Warfare games. I think Modern Warfare, the first one, Call of Duty 4, was pretty decent, but I think Treyarch, starting with this game, because I didn't think Call of Duty 3 was all that great, like started making the better Call of Duty games, and I hope they continue to, and I hope whatever they do next is they go back into the past in some way, because out of the missions on Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I tend to like the ones that take place in the older settings. But I don't know, we'll see. Most of these Call of Duty games have basically run on the same engine. Hey, this looks pretty much like Black Ops. It's a lot sharper than Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty 4. But playing the PC version didn't look all that sharp to me either. Like, I think my favorite Call of Duty all time is still Call of Duty 2. Call me old-fashioned, whatever. This one's pretty good. If this was a little bit longer, I'd probably like this better than Call of Duty Black Ops, but I think as the best newer Call of Duties, I think it's number one's Call of Duty 2, and then Black Ops, and then World at War. They give me the shittiest gun ever. I need an M1 Garand and this, was it the Stein or whatever. Usually you get this when you're playing on the British side. A lot of games you can't reload the M1 Garand. This one you can. Since I'm sitting so close to the TV, everything looks super pixelated. If you notice, I'm not even bothering with the machine gun. This is probably my all-time favorite weapon in first-person shooters for some reason. I like that 8-shot in that clip that pops out. If you happen to get Battlefield 1943 and play Battlefield Bad Company 2, when they give you the World War II weapons from 1943, which is super cool. I haven't reviewed that game. I haven't really reviewed any of the Battlefield single player missions. I probably should do that at some point, but I'm pacing myself. I need to do more old games, but like, graphics aren't important to me as long as the game is fun. Although I do hold like newer games graphics against the games a lot of time, but like an old game I really don't worry about it too much. But I like filming in my videos in HD because I think it looks aesthetically pleasing. It just looks nice. And that's one bad habit I have. That's why I tend to have, like, recently recorded more contemporary games than... I really don't care. I didn't even know his name until, like, I hovered over him and it told me it's private. I already forgot his name. This game holds up really well. Already enjoying myself. I played Modern Warfare 2 the other day, and I'm having a lot more fun playing this game. Not that that's a bad game. And I think like Modern Warfare 3 is a joke. I just feel like Treyarch still, I don't know as much now because the games seem to be getting shorter, but it might be on my mind. But I think Treyarch cares more about the campaign, because I actually like the campaign more than the multiplayer when it comes to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty's so fast paced. The levels are really, on multiplayer, the levels are really closed in. So basically it's like who sees like a person first, at least if you're not the greatest person at like me. It's just a game of who sees who first and just runs in person and shoots them. I died. I'm better at Battlefield player. Well, I was terrible when I first started Battlefield, and I'm not that great now, but at least I could get a score now that's higher than my death rate, so I consider that an improvement. But as I was saying, I'd get more into the Battlefield multiplayer than the Call of Duties. I just feel like multiplayer on Call of Duty, to me personally, just feels like a little bit slightly more advanced shooting gallery, and that's all Modern Warfare 3 was. That campaign was so weak, but the company was going through transitions when they were Activision's basically screwing the creators over at Infantry Ward, so can't expect too much. And then a studio that was making another game had to basically take over, making a spin-off Call of Duty. Honestly, I think Treyarch should just take over. I'm running out of bullets for that. I'll take their shitty gun. This only has 11 bullets.
Tojo's at home in this shit. Eyes peeled. What the hell is this? Check it out. Looks like a temple or some shit.
Yeah, when you're playing the Japanese, they lunge at you. You won't see it, but the other half of the game is Russian missions, and this is the first Call of Duty that had the zombies in it, which I'm not too crazy about that move, but other people go nuts over it. I just like Battlefield. I like the way it feels. I mean, it doesn't run at 60 frames per second like this does unless you have the PC, but I think my PC would explode if I tried to put it in. I need to get a new one. I don't have the money. That's why I prefer consoles. I hate worrying about technical specs and stuff like that. Aggravates me. Sitting this close to the TV is not helping me win. The other monitor is better for this. Because I'm playing on a Vizio right now. And it's a good TV for and everything. But the Sony I have, the smaller monitors, like night and day with color and sharpness. It literally, I'm not trying to sell anything, but it literally like looks worlds better and it actually helps you play better. And I'm colorblind and I have a lot of problems like seeing things like blend in more than the average person. I like that Battlefield and the newer Call of Duties have a colorblind mode. Because at first, until I got used to what the people look like on Battlefield, I would shoot my guys, but luckily there's no friendly fire. That effect looks cool. I don't know how you guys didn't see all these guys hidden. But then again, I'm getting shot at and I'm able to recharge. I can't hold realism too much against this game. It does look nice when you're not sitting all the way up to it. I like the Thompson, but it barely holds anything. We call it a Type 100 in this game. Get the cover. Will I get the cover in time? One thing about Call of Duty games you have to keep in mind is sometimes the enemies, if they'll just keep on respawning, they don't run out. It's kind of a cheap tactic, but the Call of Duty games are like a shooting gallery. Like I said, it's more like an arcade game. Not that the campaign of the last Battlefield was anything to brag about. And if the multiplayer was terrible and you couldn't fly helicopters and jets and shit, I would probably not like the game. I'd probably pass it up. I would not like the game, but it'd be like Medal of Honor, where it wasn't terrible, but it was really average. But the multiplayer in Battlefield 3 is so good, like, I forgive it. In the Call of Duty world, anything that you're supposed to interact with flashes. It was between this and playing the first Call of Duty on PlayStation. I had the PC version, but since I have a newer computer, well, newer than when Call of Duty came out, the resolution's all fucked up on it because my monitor's all widescreen. There's probably a way to patch it, but it's just easier to record on PlayStation. But I don't like the controls. Whoever ported that game decided to change the controls of like what the regular Call of Duty games are like. Because I hate using the fat trigger buttons for shooting. I can't see anything. I thought we were supposed to go in here. Yeah, he's probably gonna open it.
Miller, get to work planting those charges. Get back here. Guard that door. Damn.
That's the longest planning of the charge ever. This gun looks like it's almost homemade. At least it sounds like it. Yeah, I need to get in cover everywhere I go. This game's a lot bloodier than other Call of Duties, by the way. Especially when you're in the Russian missions. It's pretty bleak. This is actually put on Wii, and it was actually a decent port. Although I don't like the Wii's first-person controls, but my friend had it, and I thought it was just gonna be a shitty, like, PlayStation 2, like, hacked version of Call of Duty, like, Finest Hour. But it was actually this game, just not with as good as graphics. Which was fine because it kept the gameplay and it ran smooth. It had this weird 2-player mode where the other person could control additional crosshair, but you couldn't see the gun or whatever. But I am going to stop here. I believe this level is already long enough. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's Call of Duty, but it's an older one, and I wanted to go back and freshly getting off of like Black Ops 2 or whatever, and I just finished Far Cry 3, which I still gotta show you guys, but I'm trying to hold off where the games aren't as new because it's still fresh in everybody's mind, but I might give in, whatever. But yeah, I want to go back, and this is just as good as, almost as good as Black Ops, the first one, in my opinion. Like, it's a close tie, but I always like Call of Duty 2 the best. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's a shame we're gonna start out a cool level. This is like the Japanese D-Day, but you have to buy the game to find out what that looks like or watch somebody else's channel. Sorry, I probably should make my channel better, but I'm not trying for an hour for a video. I might get a complaint or something, start losing customers, although I might be losing it because I'm not showing you the cool level. But you guys are really cool, right? You're not gonna do that to me, I hope. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm rambling on. I need to stop. I've like had no sleep, and I'm loading on caffeine, which is awesome. And probably my heart's thanking me for it right now, so I'm kind of spacey. But again, for the 15th time, thank you for watching, and thank you for being patient with me not loading videos with the holidays and everything. This will make absolutely, well, it'll make sense to you, but it'll be irrelevant if you watch this like during the summertime or whatever, if YouTube hasn't wiped off my channel for using other people's games like Sega's been doing, which is stupid. Well, that's a different topic altogether, but you can look it up. There's fairly a good decent amount of rants on there. I hope they don't attack my page or anybody else's page I watch. That would really suck because everybody is subscribed to, I really like their channels. But now for the 16th time, thank you for watching, and you guys take care. Alright, bye.